looking outside and see a plant, you are seeing the shoot system or the part of the plant that lies above the ground. Many plants are visually attractive, containing all kinds of vibrant colors or beautiful flowers, leaves and fruits. Which part of the plant is usually hidden under the ground? Yes, it's root. When we think of roots, most of us think of pale, fibrous, slimy-looking tubes whose only purpose is sucking water out of the soil. If we are gardeners or farmers, we also think of roots as food. Roots are the cornerstone part of a plant, and in many ways they are more fascinating than the leaves, blossoms and fruits. Of course, the important function of the root is to deliver water and minerals. They are, in essence, the starting point of the plant vascular system. In this session, we are going to discuss the structure, function, and types of roots in detail. Roots are responsible for anchoring the plant. They act as a repository for carbohydrate, sugars, and protein, and ensure the plant's survival during long cold winter months. Roots are not only important to the plants, but also are central to soil health, which ultimately relies on the photosynthetic abilities of plants to provide food to the entire ecosystem. We can observe different kinds of roots in different plants. Based on the place of origin, the root system is of two types: taproot system and adventitious root system. The taproot develops from the radicle of the embryo of a seed. In most of the plants, primary roots persist and become stronger to form taproot. The first root forms by the elongation of radicle and is called the primary root. It continuously grows and produces lateral roots called secondary roots. The further branches of the secondary roots are called tertiary roots and so on. These types of roots are present in dicots like carrot, pea, gram and groundnut. On the other hand, adventitious roots are the roots developing from any part of the plant other than the radicle. These are usually found in monocots. The adventitious roots can be further classified as following on the basis of nature of development. The first one is fibrous roots. In this, primary roots soon gets replaced by cluster of slender thread-like roots originating from the base of the stem. In wheat, rice, onion have this type of root. The next type of root is foliar roots. These roots develops from the leaf, that is, from the petiole of the leaf, for example, bryophyllum. The third type of adventitious roots are true adventitious roots. These roots develops from nodes and internodes of the stem. Example, prop roots of the banyan tree, climbing roots of the money plant, roots from the stem when partially immersed in water, root from the nodes, etc. A typical root contains following 5 regions. Root cap. The root is covered at the apex by a thimble or cap-like structure called the root cap. It protects the root meristem from the friction of the soil particles and also protects the tender apex, which allows the passage of roots through cells. Example, lemna. Second region is growing point zone. It is a small thin-walled region having dense protoplasm. It lies partially within and partially beyond the root cap. Its cell divides regularly and repeatedly for elongation. It is responsible for the growth of root. The third region is region of elongation. It is situated behind the meristematic region. The cells elongate speedily and increase the length of the root. The cell of this region can absorb water and minerals from the soil. The fourth region is the root hair zone. It is the region where the primary tissues differentiates into the root. The vascular tissues like xylem and phloem are formed. Root hair zone is the most important part of the root for absorption of water from the soil. The root hairs increases the exposed surface of the root for absorption. The fifth region is the region of maturation. This zone contains mature cells. It forms the permanent zone of the root and also gives out lateral roots from the interior part of the region. Example, in dicots and gymnosperms. Furthermore, the modifications are the changes in shape, forms or structure in an organ to carry out special functions other than or in addition to the normal function. Modification of roots is found in both taproots and adventitious roots. Let us see few examples of modifications of root. Taproot of carrot, turnip and adventitious roots of sweet potato get swollen to store food. Root of banyan and stilt root of maize and sugarcane have supporting root coming out from the lower nodes of the stem. In Rhizophora, nematophores helps to get oxygen for respiration as it grows in swampy areas. What lurks in the hidden world and why does it matter to you? All in all, the roots might not be the prettiest part of any plant, but they help to provide the structure and nourishment that all plants need to stay healthy and alive. So, the next time you are outside admiring the beauty above ground, don't forget there is an equally beautiful and complex world under your feet. Let us see another part of a plant, the stem, in the next session. Now, let's summarize what we are learned.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.